Welcome back, guys. I'm a little behind in Avocademy's modules and activities. Um, Partly my fault, partly my fault, mostly my fault, I guess. So I did just finish up my interviews a couple days ago. Finally wrapped all of that up, turned it in, and got approved to move on. The cool thing about Avocademy's layout is most things you can kind of move past even if you haven't got approval because of the things that are reading articles and videos to set you up. So at the same time, I was waiting for approval, which didn't take but I think a day. I was able to move on, read, get ready for the next set of activities, and kind of watch the videos and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Yesterday, I sat down for the whole morning and knocked out activity 5 in module 3, which was to basically take your interview notes, put them on stickies on Miro, and come up with themes that surround those notes. So I did that. And then you had to make a affinity map, and I made my affinity maps. And then you had to make an empathy map. I did that. After the empathy map, which they teach you how to make, and they even have examples, so it's real easy to kind of figure out. Once you do that, you make 2 personas, or they want 2. You could do 1 or more, but they would like 2. So I made personas inside of Figma, and it was my first time inside of the software Figma, or the website Figma. But it's not too hard to figure out. Like, coming from a background of a lot of like Canva editing for thumbnails for my podcast, gaming channel, and all this other stuff. Premiere Pro, I use Paint Shop and stuff like that. If like you're a user of that, even just generally speaking, then it's not too hard to figure out how to use Figma. So they gave 2 templates, and you kind of like plugged in your information from your empathy and affinity map and stuff like that. Super easy. So I did that all yesterday morning. It took, I don't know, like 3-4 hours with breaks in between and me multitasking like I always do with random other things for my other job and like, just other daddy duties. Basically, I finished and I submitted it, so I'm just waiting for approval. But like I said before previously, like they even tell you on one of these slides, like, hey, this is a mentor check-in. I don't know if I should be showing this, but it's really quick, right? And it just says, hey, like, feel free to read on, right, and just keep going. So that's what I do, and essentially that helps me stay. Oops, where you got that? That kind of helps me stay ahead, even though I'm behind in a sense because of my interviews. So why was I behind in my interviews, and maybe some pointers on that. I started my Avocademy December 12th, and so that lined me up for interviews where I was like going through modules and activities, and that lined me up for interviews literally Christmas, like right after Christmas/New Year. And although I could have potentially scheduled interviews during that time, I'm like the person to like not be intrusive to people, even if they like will be like, okay, like I'll do it during, Christmas Eve or the day after Christmas or like New Year's Eve or something like that. That time I know is like a lot of people's time of traveling and hanging out with family. So I didn't really reach out to anybody until after. So I guess nobody will really have that issue unless you kind of take the course or start the course in December and you get to that point. But that's something to maybe keep track of, and maybe a tip for future people who take the course. And then once you get interviewers, you have to schedule them out. I'm assuming that most of people who go through the course also have a job and a home life and like kids like I do, young kids, right? So there's a lot of things to do. So I had to schedule 5 interviews at the minimum. You have to have 5 people, right? And then, some people are like, yeah, in a couple days. Yeah, I'll do it right now, tonight. And so with that being said, it took basically a week and a half to get everybody finished. It would be nice if I could have knocked them out like back to back or the same night or the same day or, one every day. But there was, a couple days in between each one, which again, people have lives. So I can't be mad at that. So that kind of slowed me down. But so I would just keep that in mind when you're scheduling interviews. The time it's going to take, and even if you want to just like read ahead, watch the videos ahead, it can't hurt. Like you might not get approved, or you might have to go back and edit something when you submit, but at the same time you've already read the upcoming material and are kind of thinking in that mind frame, right? So right now I'm module 3, activity 6. So it looks like I'm going to come up with problem statements for my personas and my problem, basically. And then I see journey maps over here. So there's that. Again, I'm a little behind based on the little schedule they give you for 8 weeks and 16-week track. But my plan is to, like yesterday morning, I knocked out, 3 5A, 5B, 5C assignments, is to basically kick it into gear now and actually get work done. And if it doesn't really depend on anybody but a mentor to approve, then I'm pretty good, because I'm good at, like, reading, watching the videos a couple times over, making sure I understand, and then knocking out the assignment and doing that. So that's where I am right now. Again, I'm a little behind, but I will catch up, and I'm very confident in me getting these knocked out, especially if I don't have to interview people or wait on other people's input, because I could just do it and knock it out. This is, I'm not gonna lie, a little harder than I thought it was, only because, like I said before, I have 2 little ones, like a 4-month-old and a 1.5-year-old. In between that, an actual job, some family health issues, my health issues, like life in general, right? Like everybody has. It's more difficult than I thought. I thought I could kind of like breeze through it, but it takes time. They don't lie. It does take time to actually read through and understand, and not just, run through a page or a video and kind of, blow past the information, but to actually understand and grasp the concept and practice and stuff. It takes time. So, yeah, that's where I'm at anyways. I think this video is like, a week overdue, but life. I don't know what to say. Life. I'm still gonna catch up, and we're gonna make it work. So thanks for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next video. Peace.